Oh. Hi, my name is Kate Thomsen. I want to take a moment to thank you very much for sharing some of your time with us tonight and welcome you to a series of Shakespeare's comedic scenes that I have titled, What Folly Reigns in Us.
Bluetooth pairing.
I cribbed from Two Gentlemen of Verona. And boy, folly does reign in us. I would be remiss in not thanking you for putting yourself in front of a screen right now. The fact that you are doing so is heroic, and we owe you at least one laugh, and we will do our best. We as a cast are not entirely sure what's funny anymore in times like these, only that laughter feels about as vital as breath or touch. Maybe even more vital in times when breath or touch is scarce. So we're going to attempt. Raise thy glass, lower thy expectations. I'm going to share the PowerPoint I made to help navigate you through some of what we're attempting tonight. And so first, we take you to meet Julia. She loves Proteus. Now meet Lucetta. She wants to mess with Julia about loving Proteus.
Lucetta, can I? Lucetta? Okay. Oh. But say, Lucetta, now we're alone, wouldst thou then counsel me to fall in love?
Aye, madam, so you stumble not unheedfully.
Of all the fair resort of gentlemen that every day with parley encounter me, in thy opinion, which is worthiest of love?
Please you repeat their names? I'll show my mind according to my shallow, simple skill.
What thinkest thou of the fair Sir Eaglemore?
As a knight, well spoken, neat and fine, but why you he should never be mine.
What thinkest thou of the rich Mercatio?
Well of his wealth, but of himself and so.
And what thinkest thou of the gentle Proteus?
Oh, Lord! Lord, what folly reigns in us!
How now? What means this passion at his name?
Oh, pardon, dear madam, 'tis a passing shame that I, unworthy body as I am, should censure thus on such a lovely gentleman.
Why, on Proteus as of all the rest.
Then thus of many good I think him best.
Your reason?
No reason, but a woman's reason. I think him so because I think him so.
And wouldst thou have me cast my love on him?
Aye, if you thought your love not cast away.
Why, he of all the rest hath never moved me.
Yet he of all the rest I think best loves ye.
His little speaking shows his love but small.
Fire that's closest kept burns most of all.
They do not love that do not show their love.
Oh, they love least that let men know their love.
I would I knew his mind.
Peruse this paper, madam.
But- Lucetta! Lucetta!
No.
Come, Lucetta!
Oh, fine.
To Julia! Say from whom?
That the contents will show.
Oh, say who gave it thee?
Valentine's page, and sent, I think, from Proteus. It's you, but I, being in your way, did in your name receive it. Pardon the fault, I pray.
Now by my modesty a goodly broker, dare you presume to harbor wanton lines? To whisper and conspire against my youth? Now trust me, 'tis an office of great worth, and you an officer fit for the place. There, take the paper, see it be returned, or else return no more into my sight.
Oh. To plead for love deserves more fee to hate,
Will ye be gone?
that you may ruminate.
And yet I'd o'erlooked the letter. It were a shame to call her back again and pray her to a fault for which I chid her. What fool is she that knows I am a maid and would not force the letter to my view? Ugh! Fie! How wayward is this foolish love that, like a testy babe, will scratch the nurse and presently I'll humble kiss the rod. Oh, how churishly I chid Lucetta hence when willingly I would have had her here. How angrily I taught my brow to frown when inward joy enforced my heart to smile. Oh, my penance is to call Lucetta back and ask remission for her folly past. What ho, Lucetta?
What would your ladyship?
It's near dinner time.
I would it were that you might kill your stomach on your meat and not upon your maid. Oops.
What didst thou pick up so gingerly?
To take up a paper that I let fall.
Why didst thou stoop then?
Oh, to take up a paper I let fall.
And is that paper nothing?
Oh, nothing concerning me.
And let it lie for those it concerns.
Will not lie where it concerns unless it hath a false interpreter.
Some love of yours hath writ you in rhyme?
That I might sing it, madam, to a tune. Give me a note your ladyship can set.
As little by such toys as may be possible. But best sing it to the tune of Light o' Love.
Oh, it's too heavy for so light a tune.
Heavy. Be like it hath some burden then.
Aye, in melodious words, would you sing it?
And why not you?
I cannot reach so high.
You do not. Let's see your tune. How now, minion?
Oh. Nay, now you are too flat, and mar the concord with too harsh a descant. There, wanted but a mean to fill your song.
The mean is drowned with your unruly bass.
Indeed, I bid the bass for Proteus.
This babble shall not henceforth trouble me. Here's to coil with protestation. Go, get you gone and let the papers lie. You'd be fingering them to anger me.
She makes it strange, but she would be best pleased to be so angered with another letter.
Nay, would I were so angered with the same. Hateful hands, to tear such loving words, injurious wasps, to feed on such sweet honey and kill the bees that yield it with their stings. Oh, I'll kiss each several paper for amends. Oh, look, here's writ, kind Julia. Ugh, unkind Julia. As in revenge of thy ingratitude, I throw thy name against the bruising stones, trampling contemptuously on thy disdain. And here is writ, love-wounded Proteus. Oh, poor wounded name. My bosom at the bed shall lodge thee till thy wound be thoroughly healed, and thus I search it with a sovereign kiss. Oh, but twice or thrice was Proteus written down. Oh, be calm, good wind. Blow not a word away till I have found each letter in the letter except mine own name. That some whirlwind bear into a ragged, fearful, hanging rock and throw it thence into the raging sea. Oh, lo, here in one line is his name twice writ. Poor, forlorn Proteus. Oh, passionate Proteus. To the sweet Julia. Oh, that I'll tear away. Oh, and yet I will not. Sit so prettily, he couples it with his complaining names. Oh, thus I will fold them, huh? One upon another. Now kiss, embrace, contend. Do what you will.
Madam,
Oh,
dinner is ready and your father stays.
well, let us go.
Why shall these papers lie like telltales here?
Well, if you respect them, best to take them up.
Nay, I was taken up for laying them down, yet here they shall not lie for catching cold.
Well, then let them pick them up.
Madam, you may say what sights you see. I see these things too. Although you judge, I wink.
Come, will't please you go?
And onward from Verona, we make our way to the forest of Arden to visit the characters of As You Like It, if you like unrequited love. So meet Rosalind. She loves Orlando. Now meet Celia. She wants to mess with Rosalind about loving Orlando. But wait, there's more As You Like It, if you like unrequited love and messy plots. This is Silvius. He loves Phoebe. We're not sure why, as she's a bit harsh with him. This is Ganymede. He looks like Rosalind because he is Rosalind, because when the ladies run away to the forest in these comedies, they often find that dressing as a man helps give them more ease in the world. Now meet Celia, messing with Rosalind, Phoebe messing with Silvius, Ganymede messing with Phoebe, and whole helpings of unrequited love. Also an entrance from Corin to further the plot. Good luck, and please enjoy a scene from As You Like It.
Never talk to me. I will weep.
Do, I prithee, but yet have the grace to consider that tears do not become a man.
But have I not cause to weep?
Oh, as good cause as one would desire, therefore weep.
His very hair is of the dissembling color.
Something browner than Judas's. Marry, his kisses are Judas's own children.
I have faith his hair is of good color.
An excellent color. Your chestnut was ever the only color.
And his kissing is as full as sanctity as a touch of holy bread.
Oh, he hath bought a pair of cast lips of Diana, a nun of Winter's sisterhood kisses not more religiously. The very ice of chastity is in them.
But why would he swear he would come this morning and comes not?
Nay, there's certainly no truth in him.
Do you think so?
Yes, I think he's not a pick purse nor a horse stealer, but for his verity in love, I do think him as concave as a cupboard goblet or a worm-eaten nut.
Not true in love?
Yes, when he is in, but I think he is not in.
But you have hear him swear downright he was.
Was is not is. Besides, the oath of a lover is no stronger than the words of a dabster. They are both the confirmer of false reckonings. He attends here in the forest on the Duke, your father.
But what do we talk of fathers when there's such a man as Orlando?
Oh, that's a brave man. He writes brave verses and speaks brave words, swears brave oaths, and breaks them bravely, quite traverse athwart the heart of his lover. A puny tilter that spurs his horse, but on one side breaks his staff like a noble goose. But all's brave that youth mounts and folly guides. Who comes here?
Mistress and master, you have oft inquired after the shepherd that complained of love, who you saw sitting by me on the turf, praising the proud, disdainful shepherdess that was his mistress.
Well, and what of him?
If you will see a pageant truly played between the pale complexion of true love and the red glow of scorn and proud disdain, go hence a little, and I shall conduct you, if you will mark it.
Oh, come, let us remove. The sight of lovers feedeth those in love. Bring us to this sight, and you shall say, I'll prove a busy actor in its play.
Phoebe! Phoebe!
What do you want?
Ah. Oh, sweet Phoebe, do not scorn me. Do not, Phoebe. Say that you love me not, but say not so in bitterness. The common executioner, whose heart accustomed the sight of death makes hard, falls not the axe upon the humbled neck, but first begs pardon. Will you sterner be than he who dies and lives by bloody drops?
I would not be thy executioner. I fly thee, for I would not injure thee. Thou tell'st me there is murder in mine eye. 'Tis pretty, sure, and very probable that eyes that are the frailest and softest things who shut their coward gates on atomy should be called tyrants, butchers, murderers. Now, I do frown on thee with all my heart, and if mine eyes can wound, now let them kill thee. Ooh, well, now, counterfeit to swoon.
Oh.
Why, now fall down, or if thou canst not, oh, for shame, lie not to say mine eyes are murderers. Now show the wound mine eye hath made in thee. Scratch thee but with a pin, and there remains some scar of it. Lean upon a rush, the cicatrix incapable in pressure thy palm some moment keeps. But now, mine eyes, which I have darted at thee, hurt thee not, nor I am sure there is no force in eyes that can do hurt.
Oh, dear Phoebe, if ever, as that ever may be near, you meet in some fresh cheek the power of fancy, then shall you know the wounds invisible that love's keen arrows make.
But till that time, come not thou near me. And when that time comes, afflict me with thy mocks, pity me not, as till that time I shall not pity thee.
And why, I pray you? Who might be your mother that you insult, exalt, and all at once over the wretched? What? Though you have no beauty, as by my faith I see no more than you, without a candle may go dark to bed. Must you therefore be proud and pitiless? Why? What means this? Why do you look upon me? I see no more than you than the ordinary of nature's sales work. Ah, it's my little life. I think she means to tangle my eyes too. No faith, proud mistress, want not after it. 'Tis not your inky brows, nor your silk black hair, your bugle eyebrows, or your cheek of cream that can endain my spirits to worship you. You foolish shepherd, wherefore do you follow her? Like foggy south puffing with wind and rain. You are 1,000 times a proper man than she is a woman. 'Tis such fools as you that makes the world full of ill-favored children. 'Tis not her glass, but you that flatters her. And out of you she sees herself more proper than any of her lineage can show her. But mistress, know yourself, down on your knees, thank heaven fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you something in your ear. Sell when you can. You are not for all markets. Foul is the most foul, being foul to the scoffer. So cry the man mercy, love him, take his needs. So take her to thee, shepherd. Fare you well.
Well, sweet youth, I pray you chide a year together. I'd rather hear you chide than this man woo.
He's fallen in love with your foulness. And she'll fall in love with my anger. If it be so, as fast as she answers me with frowning looks, I'll sauce her with bitter words. Why look you so upon me?
Oh, for no ill will I bear you.
I pray you, do not fall in love with me, for I am falser in vows made in wine. Besides, I like you not.
Dead shepherd, now I find thy saw of might. Whoever loved that loved not at first sight.
Sweet Phoebe.
Huh? What sayst thou, Silvius?
Sweet Phoebe, pity me.
Why? I am sorry for thee, gentle Silvius.
Wherever sorrow is, relief would be. If you do sorrow at my grief and love, by giving love, your sorrow and my grief were both extermined.
Well, thou hast my love. Is not that neighborly?
I would have you.
Why? Well, that were covetousness. Silvius, the time was that I hated thee, and yet it is not that I bear thee love, but since that thou canst talk of the love so well, thy company, which erst was irksome to me, I will endure, and I'll employ thee too, but do not look for further recompense in thine own gladness thou art employed.
So holy and so perfect is my love, and I in such a poverty of grace, that I shall think it a most plenteous crop to glean the broken ears after the man the main harvest reaps. Loose now and then, scattered smile, and that I'll live upon.
Knowst thou the youth that spoke to me erewhile?
Not very well, but I have met him oft, and he hath bought the cottage and the bounds that the old Carlo once was master of.
Well, think not I love him, though I ask for him. 'Tis but a peevish boy, yet he talks well. But what care I for words? Yet words do well when he speaks them that pleases those that hear. It is a pretty youth, but not very pretty. But sure he's proud, and yet his pride becomes him. He'll make a proper man. The best thing in him is his complexion, and faster than his tongue did make offense, his eye did heal it up. Oh, but he's not very tall. The gift of his years, he's tall. His leg is but so-so. And yet 'tis well. There was a pretty redness in his lip, a little riper and more lusty red than that mixed in his cheek. 'Twas just the difference betwixt the constant red and the mingled damask. Will there be some women, Silvius, had they marked him in parcels as I did, would have gone near to fall in love with him. But for my part, I love him not, nor I hate him not. And yet I have more cause to hate him than to love him. But for what had he do to chide at me? He said mine eyes were black and my hair black, and now I am remembered scorned at me. I marvel why I answered not again. But that's all one. Omittance is no quittance. I'll write to him a very taunting letter, and thou shalt bear it. Wilt thou, Silvius?
Phoebe, with all my heart.
I'll write it straight. The matter's in my head and in my heart. I will be bitter with him and passing short.
What?
Go with me, Sylvius.
And off to another forest, this one enchanted and outside of Athens, to visit one of the many subplots of A Midsummer Night's Dream. Meet Lysander. He loves Helena because he was drugged by a forest fairy. Now meet Demetrius. He also loves Helena because he also was drugged by a forest fairy. And then there's Hermia. So Lysander and Demetrius love Helena, but Lysander and Demetrius used to love Hermia, and Hermia and Helena used to be friends, and then the fairies drugged some of them. Good luck. Please enjoy a scene from Midsummer Night's Dream.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and thou so born in the nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, O devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me put in two scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helena. Oh, goddess nymph, perfect, divine. To what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Oh, crystal is money, oh, how ripe and show. Thy lips, oh, those kissing cherries to grow.
Oh, spite, oh hell! I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and you knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men as you are men in show, you would not use a gentle lady so. To vow and swear and super praise my parts when I'm sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so. For you love Hermia. This you know, I know. And with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love, I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena's to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If ever I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but is guess why sojourn, and now to Helen is it home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide dear. Look where thy love comes. Yonder is thy dear.
Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found mine ear. I thank it brought me thy sound, but why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more gilds the night than all you fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear for thee made me leave thee so?
You think not, you speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have joined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, Have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent, when we have chid the hasty-footed time, for parting us, is it all forgot? All school days, friendship, childhood, innocence? And will you rent our ancient love asunder, to join with men in scorning your poor friend? 'Tis not friendly, 'tis not maidenly.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Said Lysander as in scorn, to follow me in praise my eyes and face, and made your other love Demetrius, who even but now did spur me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial. Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent?
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever. Counterfeit sad looks. Make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare ye well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena. Hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent!
Lysander, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she can entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him wrong that says I love thee not.
Well, I say I love thee more than he can do.
Oh, if thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, we're too tense all this.
Away.
You are a tame man. Let's go.
Lysander.
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr. Vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this? Sweet love.
Thy love? Out, toddy Tartar, out! Out! Loathe, medicine, hated potion hence!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you.
What?
I'll
Should I
not
hurt her?
trust your word.
Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh, be what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I'm as fair now as I was erewhile, and since last night you left me, but since last night you left me, why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest, shall I say?
Aye, by my life! And never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt, be certain, nothing truer, it is no jest, that I do hate thee in love, Helena.
Oh, me. You juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love, what? Have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from me?
In a faith, have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you!
Puppet? Why so? I that way goes the game. Now, I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures, and she hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low that both my fingers cannot reach into thy eyes!
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in truishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You may perhaps think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Oh, lower! Hark again!
Good, Hermia. Do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Never keep your counsels, never wronged you. Speak that in love unto Demetrius. I told him of yourself unto this wood, and he followed you. For love I followed him, but he hath chid me hence and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quite go to Athens, I will bear my folly back. And I will follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and fond I am.
But yet you gone. What is that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when we went to school. And though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again, nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer to flout me thus? Let me come at her.
Get you gone, you dwarf! You minimus of hindering not grass maid, you bead, you acorn!
You are too officious. In her behalf that scorns your services, let her alone, and speak not of Helena.
What, now she holds me not? Now, follow, if thou darest, to try who's right, of thine or mine, is most in Helena.
Quick, come.
You, mistress, this coil is long of you. Nay, not go back.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer to run away.
I'm amazed and know not what to say.
And off we go to Padua for more questionable wooing with the characters from Taming of the Shrew, which begs the question, do shrews need to be tamed? Meet Catherine. She's the shrew. Now meet Petruchio. He will win a lot of money if he can convince her to marry him.
I'll attend her here and woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she rail. Why then I'll tell her she sings sweetly as a nightingale. Say that she frown. Why then I'll tell her she looks as clear as morning roses newly washed with dew. Say she be mute and will not speak a word. Why then I'll commend her volubility and say she utters piercing eloquence. If she do bid me back, I'll give her thanks as though she did bid me stay by her a week. If she deny to wed, I'll crave the day when I may ask the banns and when be married. But here she comes, Petruchio, speak. Good morrow, Kate. For that's your name, I hear.
Well, have you heard but something hard of hearing? They call me Catherine, that do talk of me.
You lie. In faith, you are called plain Kate, and bonny Kate, and sometimes Kate the cursed, but Kate, the prettiest Kate in all Christendom. Kate of Kate Hall, my super dainty Kate, for dainties are all Kates, and therefore Take this of me, Kate, of my consolation, hearing thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtue spoke of, thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as to thee belongs. Myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved in good time. Let him that moved you hither remove you hence. I knew you at the first, you were immovable.
Why, what's immovable?
A joint stool.
How hast it come to sit on me?
Asses are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
No such jade as you with me, you mean?
Alas, good Kate, I will not burden thee for knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too light for such a swain as you to catch, and yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Should be. Should buzz.
Well ta'en, and like a buzzard.
Ooh, slow-winged turtle, shall a buzzard take thee?
Aye, for a turtle as he takes a buzzard.
Come, come, you wasp. If faith you are too angry.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
My remedy then is to pluck it out.
Aye, if the fool could find where it lies.
Who knows not where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails. And so, farewell.
What, with my tongue in your tail? Come again, good Kate, come. I am a gentleman.
Oh, that I'll try.
Okay. I swear I'll cuff you if you strike again.
Oh, so may you lose your arms. If you strike me, you are no gentleman, and if no gentleman, why then no arms?
A herald, Kate! Oh, put me in thy books!
What is your crest, a coxcomb?
Homeless cock. So Kate will be my hen.
No cock of mine. You crow too like a craven.
Nay, come, Kate, come, you must not look so sour.
It is my fashion when I see a crab.
Why, there's no crab, and therefore look not sour.
Oh, there is, there is.
Then show it me.
Had I a glass, I would.
Oh, you mean my face.
Oh, well aimed of such a young one.
Now, by St. George, I am too young for you.
Yet you are withered.
His weight cares.
I care not.
Nay, hear you, Kate, in sooth, ye scape not so.
I chafe you, if I tarry. Let me go.
No. Not a whit. I find you passing gentle. 'Twas told me you were rough and coy and sullen, and now I find report a very liar. For thou art pleasant, gamesome, passing courteous, but slow in speech, yet sweet as springtime flowers. Thou canst not frown, thou canst not look askance, nor bite the lip as angry wenches will. Nor hast thou pleasure to be cross in talk, but thou with mildness entertainest thy wooers. With gentle conference, soft and affable. Why does the world report that Kate doth limp? Oh, slanderous world, Kate, like the hazel twig, is straight and slender and brown in hue as hazelnuts, yet sweeter than the kernels. Let me see thee walk! Oh, it does not limp.
Go, fool, and whom thou keepest command.
Did ever Diane so become a grove as Kate this chamber with her princely gale? Oh, be thou Diane, and let her be Kate. Then let Kate be chaste, and Diane sportful.
Where did you study all this goodly speech?
It is extempore. From my mother wit.
Oh, witty mother! Witless else her son.
And am I not wise?
Yes, keep you warm.
Mary, so I mean, sweet Catherine, in thy bed. And therefore setting all this chat aside, thus, in plain terms, your father has consented that you shall be my wife. Your dowry agreed on, and will you, nill you, I will marry you. Now, Kate, I'm a husband for your turn, for by this light wherein I see thy beauty that makes me like thee well. Thou must be married to no man but me. For I am he, am born to tame you and bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable as other household Kates. There comes your father. Never make denial. I must and will have Catherine to be my wife.
And we'll stay in Italy to witness the merry war betwixt the central characters of Much Ado About Nothing. So we'll enjoy a little marital montage. Meet Beatrice. Meet Benedict. It's complicated. In the beginning of our play, these two meet again after he returns from a war.
If Signor Leonardo be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die while she hath such meat to food it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat? But it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted, and I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They would else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. You know, I thank God and my cold blood. I am of your humor for that. I had rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
Oh God, keep your ladyship still in that mind. So some gentleman or other shall scape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, as 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parrot teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
Why, would my horse had the speed of your tongue and as good a continuer? But keep your way. In God's faith, I have done.
You always end with a jade strick. I know you of old.
And onward in our play, they meet again at a party that's celebrating the war's end. Everyone is wearing masks.
Will you not tell me who you are?
No, you shall pardon me.
Nor you will not tell me who you are.
Not now.
That I was disdainful and that I had my good wit out of the 100 Mary's tales. Well, this was Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I am sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester, a very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but the libertines delight in him, and the condemnation is not in his wit, but in his villainy. For he both pleases and angers men. And then they laugh at him and beat him. I'm sure he is in the fleet. I would he had boarded me.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. He'll but break a comparison or two on me, which peradventure, not marked or not laughed at, strikes him into melancholy. And then there's a partridge wing saved, for the fool will eat no supper that night. You must follow the leaders.
In every good thing.
Nay, if they lead to any ill, I will leave them at the next churning.
And onward in our play, Benedict sees his best friend Claudio fall hard for a gal named Hero. And he tells us how he feels about that.
I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is made a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, be made the subject of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music in him, but the drum and the fife, and now had he rather hear the tabor and the pipe. I have known when he would have walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armor, and now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. And now he is turned orthography. His very words a fantastical banquet. Just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell, I think not. I will not be sworn, but love may transform me to an oyster. But I'll take my oath on it. Till he hath made an oyster of me, he will never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come into my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be of what color it please God. Ha! The prince and Monsieur Love. I will hide me in the arbor.
So he does hide in that arbor, and then his friends trick him. His buddies play a scene for him to overhear, revealing that Beatrice is in love with Benedict. He responds thusly.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. It seems her affections have their full bent. Love me? Why, it must be requited. I hear how I am censored. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, that she will rather die than give any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that hear their detractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis a truth, I can bear them witness. And virtuous, 'tis so, I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me, by my troth, there is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly. For I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me because I have railed so long against marriage, but doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No! The world must be peopled! When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. Oh, by this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure in the message?
Yea, just so much as you may take upon a knife's point and choke a doll withal. You have no stomach, Signor. Fare you well.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner. Oh, there's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me.
And then Beatrice gets tricked too. So her pals sing the same song, that Benedick is in love with Beatrice. And after that, she responds thusly.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell, and maiden pride, adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict, love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love me, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly.
And just when it feels like we're smooth sailing, our plot turns on us. So Hero was supposed to marry Claudio, but she's falsely accused of sleeping with someone else, and everything turns heartbreaking. And our lovers find each other in the center of a lot of violence.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason, I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wronged.
How much might the man deserve of me that would write her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
Very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say I loved nothing so well as you. But believe me not, and yet I lie not, I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says I love not you.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it. I protest I love thee.
Oh, why then God forgive me?
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone, though I am here. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you let me go.
Beatrice.
In faith, I will go.
We'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight mine enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of villain, that hath slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? That I were a man, would bear her hand until they come to take hands, and then with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor, oh God, that I were a man, I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
The man out a window, a proper saying.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Hero, she is wrong, she is slandered, she is undone.
Beatrice.
Princes and counties. Surely a princely testimony, a goodly count. Count confect, a sweet gallant surely. Oh, that I were a man for his sake, or that I had any friend would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into courtesies, valor into compliment, and men are only turned into tongue, and trim ones too. He is now as valiant as Hercules that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice, by this hand I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul the Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yea, sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him, and so I leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Farewell.
And then they continue to find each other in the storm that is their circumstances.
Well, I will call Beatrice to you, who I think hath legs.
And therefore will come.
Uh-huh.
The God of love that sits above and knows me how pitiful I deserve. I mean in singing, but in loving, Leander the good swimmer, Troilus the first employer of panderers, and a whole book full of these quondam carpet mangers whose names yet rung smoothly in the even road of a blank verse, why they were never so truly turned over and over as my poor self in love. Mary, I cannot show it in rhyme. I've tried. I can find out no rhyme to lady but baby. An innocent rhyme. For scorn, horn. A hard rhyme. For school, fool. A babbling rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor can I woo in festival terms. Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, Signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well now, and yet, ere I go, let me go with what I came, which is with knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore, I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frighted the word out of his right sense, so forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and either I must surely hear from him, or I will subscribe him a coward. And I pray thee now, tell me for which of my bad parts thou didst first fall in love with me.
For all of them together, which maintains so politic a state of evil that they will not admit any good part to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love, ooh, a good epithet. I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart. If you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, for I will never love that which my friend hates.
Oh, thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably.
It appears not in this confession. There's not one wise man among 20 that will praise himself.
An old instance, Beatrice, that lived in the line of good neighbors. If a man do not erect in this age his own tomb ere he dies, he shall live no longer in monument than the bell rings and the widow weeps.
And how long is that, think you?
Question, why an hour in clamor and a quarter in room. Therefore it is most expedient for the wise if Don Worm, his conscience, find no impediment to the contrary, to be the trumpet of his own virtues, as I am to myself. So much for praising myself, who I myself will bear witness is praiseworthy. And now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill too.
Serve God, love me, and mend. There will I leave you too, for here comes one in haste.
Madam, you must come to your uncle. Yonder's old coil at home, it is proved my lady Hera hath been falsely accused, the prince and Claudia mightily abused, and Don John is the author of all, who is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go hear this news, Signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
And so somehow Hero and Claudio find forgiveness amongst themselves and decide to marry. And at the wedding, everyone peeps on Beatrice and Benedict.
Soft and fair, friar? Which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
Why, no. No more than reason.
Why, then your uncle and the prince and Claudio have been deceived. They swore you did.
Do you not love me?
Troth, no. No more than reason.
Why, then my cousin Margaret and Ursula are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They swore that you were almost sick for me.
They swore that you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. Then you do not love me.
No, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I am sure you love the gentleman.
And all be sworn upon it that he loves her. For here's a paper written in his hand, a halting sonnet of his own pure brain, fashioned to Beatrice.
Oh, and here's another written in my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affection unto Benedict.
A miracle! Here's our hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee, but by this light, I take thee for pity.
I would not deny you. By this good day, I yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told that you were in a consumption.
Peace. I will stop your mouth.